Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. Dear students, we are discussing a lesson whatever we do in the 9th standard English test. So in this lesson, the author Clifford Mortis is telling us about how we have to do better, how we have to make our activities, make our work, make our speech better, whatever it may be. For that, we have to do some measures, that we have to add actions to our words and we have to add words to our action. Then only it is possible to do better. And we should also compare ourselves. We should not compare with others. And the author is giving us his own life experiences, that he has given so many examples also, that how the doctors are behaving with patients and how he should behave, that doctor should speak nicely, he should speak some friendly words with patients. It helps the patient to recover fast. And also he talk about the auto rickshaw drivers, how they behave. And he has also told us how we have to improve, how we have to do better when we are giving alms to the beggars. And he also talk about the notices and the instructions and the orders should be. A notice or the instructions or the orders, they should be in a polite way. They should sound polite. They should be more polished. And he had given some examples also how the orders or the instructions, notices were there in the public place or in the hotels. That he also he told that he saw one hotel, don't sit here for a long time, but it sounds a little bit rough. The same matter should be told in a polite way, that please make room for your waiting friends. Like another notice board he has observed, that also he told in that. So these are the things we have discussed in the last class. Here, author ಕ್ಲಿಫರ್ಡ್ ಮಾರ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅವರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಉತ್ತಮಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬಹುದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಪದಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಸೇರಿಸೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಧನೆ, ಇಂದಿನ ಸಾಧನೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಈಗಿನ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಉತ್ತಮಪಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆದವರು ಹೇಗೆ ವರ್ತನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಆಟೋ ರಿಕ್ಷಾ ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಗಳ ವರ್ತನೆ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತವೆ, ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಈ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೋಟಿಸ್ಗಳು, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳು, ಆರ್ಡರ್ಗಳು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ ಲೆಸನ್. Children, page number 77, paragraph number 12. It is our practice to be brief while sending telegrams. Here again, the reason is brevity. We want to save words in order to cut costs. So, if someone wants to request his brother to receive him at the station, he might send a telegram somewhat like this. Reaching Mumbai Thursday, Shatabdi, Meet Station. Now, just for the sake of one single word, the telegram has become totally devoid of any courtesy. What could what could be the additional cost of adding please? Nowadays, the telegram has been relegated of the background due to the coming of the telephone and the internet. But have we solved the issue of courtesy? Don't we see, or should I say here, people ask, who is that? Who is this? Instead of saying, may I know who is calling please? In a certain book of communication, I found a very interesting method of asking who is calling. If you call Mr. Patel in his office, his secretary will receive the call, and before connecting to Mr. Patel, she would wants to know who the caller is, so that she can inform the same to Mr. Patel. What does the secretary say? She doesn't say who is this, or even may I know who is calling please. She says, can I tell Mr. Patel who is calling please? The idea is this: you want to talk to Mr. Patel. I do not wish to know who you are, but I must tell Mr. Patel who is calling him. Therefore, I am requesting you to tell me who you are. Consider how we respond when someone says thank you to us. In the olden days, people used to say don't mention it. Later, people started using the phrase it's alright. Nowadays, people say you are welcome or simply welcome. One method of improving our communication with others is to put you before I as far as possible. Consider some words like union, united, building, guiding, trusting, communication, and so on. In these words, the letter U comes before the letter I. This indicates to us that we should try to put you, that is the other person, before I. If I wish to thank someone for the nice party, I can say your party was so enjoyable. I thank you. Another instance, your letter made me very happy. It may be noted that there is no limit to the improvement we can make in our action or speech. Nor can we say that a particular action or form of speech is the best. There is no formula. What is best may depend on the occasion, and it may be possible to continuously make improvement. The whole idea is to be aware of the need and importance of doing and saying this better and better. So here, in the 12th paragraph, the author is telling us about how we communicate with others, how we have to talk in the telephone, or in the older days we are using telegram. That's what he is telling. It is our practice to be brief while sending telegrams. So, when we are in the olden days, when there was no facility of telephone or mobile, we have to send telegrams. So, telegram was that will be sent in a brief, to be brief. In a very short form, we are sending telegrams. Here again the reason is brevity. Again ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕಾರಣ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಕ್ಷಿಪ್ತತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. We want to say words in order to cut cost. So when we are sending telegrams, there will be a cost for each word. So to save money, we cut words. So if someone wants to request his brother to receive him at the station, he might send a telegram somewhat like this. So if someone was coming from the distant place and he wanted his brother to receive him in the station. So what type of telegram he may send? That example has been given here. Reaching Mumbai Thursday, Shatabdi meet station. So this the way he sent a telegram. Now, just for the sake of the single word, the telegram has become totally devoid of any courtesy. So, he is coming to Mumbai in Shatabdi train, and his brother has to come to the railway station to receive him. For that, he sent a telegram that reaching Mumbai Thursday, Shatabdi meet station. So if he use one word just like please, then it will be a very good telegram. For to save the money, he cut that word, and because of that, the telegram has become totally devoid of any courtesy. There is no courtesy in that. If we use please means there will be something special in that sentence. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಮುಂಬೈಗೆ ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ಶತಾಬ್ದಿ ಒಂದು ರೈಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅವನನ್ನ ಬರಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನ ಬ್ರದರ್ನ ಅವನು ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಎಂತ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಥರ್ಸ್ಡೇ ನಾನು ಮುಂಬೈ ತಲುಪ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಶತಾಬ್ದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬಳಸಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಲೇಖಕರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ವಾಟ್ ಕುಡ್ ಬಿ ದ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್? ಸೊ ಇಫ್ he had the word please in that particular telegram, so what will be the cost? So because to save that money, the whole telegram has become without courtesy. Nowadays, the telegram has been relegated to the background due to the coming of the telephone and the internet. So nowadays, nobody is using telegrams because now the media has been improved a lot. Now we are using telegrams, not telegrams. We are using telephones, mobiles, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, like there so many medias are there. So now we are not using telegrams. ನಾವೀಗ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಹೊಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾವೀಗ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಫೋನ್ಗಳು, ಮೊಬೈಲು, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್, ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಟ್ವಿಟರ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ದಟ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ಡ್ ದ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ಟಸಿ? So we are developed a lot in these aspects. So whether we have solved the question or solved the issue of courtesy? No. ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ಅನುಕಂಪ, ಕರುಣೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯತೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Don't we see, or should I say here, people ask, who is this? So when somebody calls to our mobile, we used to say that, who is this? So it is not the right way of talking. So we should make it better. So ಯಾರಾದರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋನಿಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So this is not the way of talking. Instead of saying, may I know who is calling please? ನೀವು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, then that will be a better way. That will be a better way. In a certain book and on communication, I found a very interesting method of asking who is calling. So the author had read a book regarding the communication. In that he got a good way of got a interesting method of asking who is calling. ಲೇಖಕರು ಒಂದು ಸಮೂಹ ವಾಹನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. If you call Mr. Patel in his office, his secretary will receive the call, and before connecting to Mr. Patel, she would want to know who the caller is so that she can inform the same to Mr. Patel. So if a name person is there, Patel, and his secretary will be there, if we call Mr. Patel, his secretary will receive the call and she want to connect the call to Patel. So how she react, how she act, how she behaves. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅವರ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಆ ಫೋನನ್ನು ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ವರ್ತನೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಸೇ? ಸಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಸೇ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್. ಆ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಫೋನ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಆರ್ ಇವನ್ ಮೇ ಐ ನೋ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಶಿ ಸೇಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್? ನಾನು ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್, ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ Mr. Patel, you want to talk Mr. Patel. I do not wish to know who are you. ನೀವು ಪಟೇಲ್ ಅವರ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಆದರೆ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಬಯಸಿದ, ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪಟೇಲ್ ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಆದರೆ ನಾನು ಪಟೇಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು ಯಾರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. Therefore, I am requesting you to tell me who you are. So that's why I am requesting you to tell your name. So this is what the way we have. It means to say that when we are talking in the telephone or in the mobile, we should talk in a polite way. We should improve our communication. So that's what the poet is telling us. Consider how we respond when someone says thank you to us. In the olden days, people used to say don't mention. So, in the third paragraph, the author tells us how we have to express our gratitude, how we have to improve of telling thank you. Now, in the paragraph number 13, he is telling us about how we have to react when somebody thanks us. That consider how we respond when someone says thank you to us. When somebody greeted us, somebody says thanks to us. In olden days, people used to say don't mention it. In the olden days, if somebody says thanks, means don't mention, like that they are telling. Or later, people started using the phrase it's all right. After that, people started of saying that it's all right. Nowadays, people says you are welcome or simply welcome. Now, if anybody says thanks to us, we used to say welcome or you are welcome. So this is what the way of doing better things, that we should have to improve our communication skills, just like the author tells us. One method of our improving our communication with others is to put you before I as far as possible. So if you want to improve your communication with others, you have to put you before others as possible as. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಬೇರೆಯವರೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಂವಹನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ನೀವು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. Consider some words like union, united, building, guiding, trusting, communication, and so on. In these words, the letter U comes before the letter I. So, they are given some examples. That's like union, united, building, guiding, trusting, communication, and so on. In these words, the U come first. The U come first before I. So, this indicates to us that we should try to put you, that is the other person, before I. So, these are the words that suggest us that we should put you before I. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ನಾನು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನೀವು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕಲಿತ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅದು ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. If I wish to thank someone for the nice party, I can say your party was so enjoyable. I thank you. So, if you go to a party and that party was good and you want to greet that person who was arranged that party, what do you say? That your party was so enjoyable. Your party was very nice. Thank you for that. Like that we can say. Another instance, your letter made me very happy. So sometimes we can say your letter, the invitation that made me happy, like that we are telling. So these are the examples that how we have to improve our actions. It may be noted that there is no limit to the improvement we can make in our actions or speech. So there will be no limit. That's why the poet, the author already told that success is a journey and it is not a destination. And progress also itself is a journey, not a destination.